What's happening? It's your boy Symbolic Sportsaholic bringing you another great edition of NFL Weekly Predictions. Alright, we got some great games on tap this week. First off, we have the Saints and the Falcons on Thursday. One of the better Thursday games we've had this year. I really like the Saints. They lost to the 49ers last week as I predicted, but they're finally getting in a groove here. Their offense is moving the ball well as they always have, but surprisingly, their defense has made some pretty good stops. I'm a bit surprised. They're definitely improved, and this whole season by the Saints has been weird with their coach missing and stuff. But the Falcons have a great receiving core. They're an all-around very, very good, solid team. I like the Falcons at home, but I'm actually picking the Saints to win this one in an upset like they did last time. I think the Saints are more hungry for the playoffs. I mean, the Falcons pretty much already have sealed the deal, so I'm going with the Saints. Now we have Chad Henne and the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Buffalo Bills at home. Again, I'm going to pick the Bills in this one because of the weather difference. You think of Florida as being pretty hot, Buffalo being cold. It's really hard to play football in temperature that's like 50 degrees different than where you are used to. So I'm taking the Bills at home. They have a good run game as well. And Chad Henne, he's doing good. Cecil Shorts is good. But I like the Bills at home. I just think they'll move the ball a lot better than the Jags. All right. We have the Seahawks and the Bears. The Seahawks are a great team. Their secondary's going to be beat up with these PED things going on. Richard Sherman and Browner, I think, is the other one. But anyways, their absence is a huge impact. I actually think they're playing this game, but they're going to miss the next 4 games after this. Either way, I like the Bears at home. Jay Cutler's back. They looked really good against a solid Vikings team last week. And it's really hard to play in Soldier Field. Not to mention the Seahawks look like a different team on the road than at home. I like the Bears. Now we have the Colts and the Lions. The Colts, they got shredded on, not last week, the week before against the Patriots. I believe they won last week. I forgot who they played. I'm pretty sure they beat the Bills, but by like a touchdown. I like the Lions in this game. Lions are 4-7, but they're a much better team than their record. They have great receivers. Calvin Johnson's finally getting the looks that he wanted. They're pretty much a pass offense, but Mikel Ashore can run the ball as well. Not to mention their defense isn't too bad. I like Detroit at home in a very close game, probably a field goal game. All right, Vikings and Packers. This is my upset pick of the week. I like the Vikings upsetting the Packers. The Packers don't really impress me too much, and for some reason, the Packers lose more at Lambeau Field than you would expect. I like these Vikings. They're a great young team. Percy Harvin's probably out, but they're going to stay in this game. They're probably going to play from behind, but I like them in this game to come back and win in the fourth quarter. It's probably going to be another one of those close games. Really hard to judge, but I'm going to go with the Vikings. Now we have the Panthers and the Chiefs. Both of these teams are just horrible. They've been disappointing. I thought they were going to both be better than how they've done this year, but the Panthers are the better of the two teams. Cam Newton had a great week last week. I think he does it again against this terrible defense. I mean, the Chiefs are done for. So, yeah, I'm picking the Panthers. I'm going to spend the rest of the time talking about my 3 games of the week. And I already told you my upset pick is the Vikings. My 3 games of the week are the Seahawks and the Bears, the 49ers and the Rams, and the Bengals and the Chargers. I like those games a lot. All right, let's get on with it. Here is the Patriots at the Dolphins. This is my lock pick of the week. The Patriots, the way they played on Thanksgiving was just amazing. They just beasted the Jets. I mean, the Jets are dysfunctional, but I like this Patriots team. They always get hot towards the end of the season and in the playoffs. And the Vikings, not the Vikings, the Dolphins. Um, they still have a shot at an AFC wildcard spot, but I don't think they're gonna do it. They're a good young team, but they got a lot of work ahead of them. I'm gonna take the Patriots to win. And now we have the Cardinals and the Jets. This is probably the worst matchup I've seen all year. Maybe not the worst, but a pretty lame game here. Both 4-7, both on huge losing streaks, and yeah, I mean Fireman Ed's gone, so you won't see him at this game. But the only reason I think the Jets will win is because Rex Ryan probably doesn't want to get fired. But I really would love to see Tebow in this game. I know Tebow's overrated and all that, whatever. But I like Tebow to win and play in this game. But the Cardinals, I like their new quarterback actually, Lindell or something like that. But I'm taking the Jets to win at home. It's kind of a coin toss game. All right, now we have the 49ers and the Rams. 49ers are one of the best teams in the NFC by far. I like this Colin Kaepernick kid mainly because he was raised near my town. He's from Turlock, California, which is pretty near to me, and he's a good player. However, he did go to Nevada and not Fresno State, so kind of rivals there too. But yeah, the 49ers, their defense and offense is very good, and the Rams, I don't think Steven Jackson's going to be able to run all over this 49ers defense whatsoever. I know they ended in a tie last time, but I think the 49ers will win, even though it's in St. Louis. Now we have the Texans and the Titans. The Texans are probably the best team in the AFC right now. And they've beaten a lot of great teams like the Broncos and other great teams in the AFC. So I like the Texans. Very good at running the ball. They got lucky on Thanksgiving, but I think they'll tear this Titans defense apart. The Titans aren't bad whatsoever, but they're not too good. I like the Texans. I mean, there's not much to talk about here in this one. I don't think anyone will really pick the Titans to win this game. Now we have the Buccaneers and the Broncos. Two of what I think are the hottest teams right now in this league. I do like the Broncos to win at home. They play well at home. They move the ball so well with Peyton Manning. But the Buccaneers, I love Doug Martin. I think he's definitely one of the best players in the league right now at running back, which is a great pickup by Tampa Bay. They did great getting him. So I like the Broncos though in a close one. Gonna be a high scoring game. If you are a bettor, I'd take the over on this one. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun game. Now we have my Pittsburgh Steelers taking on, oh, what is that? Oh, it looks like a Baltimore Raisin helmet. Alright. Anyways, I like the Steelers to win. It's hard saying that. But if we get Ben back, Palomalu back, and Nick DeCastro, we have so many injuries. If we get even half of those guys back this week like we're expected to, I think we can win. Ravens are probably the worst 9-2 team I've ever seen. It's just weird. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Steelers fan. The Ravens just aren't that good. They're good, but they're one and done in the playoffs for sure. Now we have the Browns and the Raiders. The Browns beat the Steelers last week. They beat a banged-up Steelers. They barely won with 8 turnovers, which is why I'm going to pick the Raiders to win. Because when you turn the ball over that many times, you should be winning by at least like 14 points. Their offense just isn't that good. At least they weren't against us. The Steelers' defense is pretty good. But I like the Raiders at home. They really need a win for their fans. Carson Palmer got embarrassed last week. I think he's going to keep fighting. And, of course, their young coach is probably fighting for his job. They've done so bad this year under him. I don't know why they got rid of Hugh Jackson, but that's my opinion. I like the Raiders at home. Now we have the Bengals on the road going against the Chargers. I like the Bengals to win this one. They're one of the hottest teams right now. Andy Dalton to AJ Green, and then Mohamed Sanu. He's pretty good. Um, their defense is actually stepping up too. Geno Atkins, that guy's a beast. They just have a good team. Ben Jarvis Green Ellis is running well. The Chargers, I don't know what to think about them. They're on and off, but if Norv Turner loses this game, then it might be the end of him in San Diego, which can be interesting because the Chargers can play ball, but they don't show up enough for me to really pick them. They're 4-7 as well, I believe. So I'll take the Bengals on the road. Now we have the Eagles and the Cowboys. These teams are both overrated by a large margin. They're not very good whatsoever. I don't know. The Eagles kind of suck. Cowboys kind of suck. But I'm gonna take the Cowboys at home, even though they play terrible at home. But I'd like to see Andy Reid gone, which is the main reason why I think the Cowboys will win. But also because they are more talented, they just have to perform better. Uh, they almost came back against the Redskins last week on Thanksgiving, but I don't know. I just like the Cowboys over the Eagles. It's kind of a weird game. Now we have the Giants and the Redskins. This is the last game of the week. I like the Giants to win. I mean, they blew out the Packers, and that's saying something. I like them to win over the Redskins, although the Redskins do play good offense. Their defense isn't too good. But this is another game that I'm looking forward to watch. I think it's Monday Night Football actually, so should be a fun one. And yeah, so I went 12-4 last week on my picks, pretty good. We'll see how I do this week. A lot of closer games this week. I mean, there's some debatable games, but anyways, keep it 100, Woodies. You heard me.